Hello everyone. Today's topic is related to IGCSE Chemistry Chapter 1, Planet Earth. Let's look into Chapter 1 outline. You will study about the water cycle, the carbon cycle, and finally the nitrogen cycle. Let's look into the water cycle. The Earth sometimes referred to blue marble because the predominance of water on the surface and swirling cloud formation seen in satellite. There is a distinct water cycle taking place on the Earth's surface. The energy to drive this cycle comes from the sun. Water evaporates from the sea and form other area of water, like lakes, enter the atmosphere. As it cools, it changes back into liquid water and forms cloud, tiny water droplets. As the water droplets stick together, rain clouds are formed. Therefore, the water falls back to the surface as rain, snow, or hail. Water then either flow back to the sea or is taken by the plants, which put back into the atmosphere through their leaves. We use the water by trapping it on its way back to the sea. The carbon cycle. Life would not exist without carbon. Carbon is the 12th most common element in the earth, making up less 1% of the crust. The way carbon moves around in the carbon cycle is vital to all life. The source of carbon in the cycle is carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Carbon leaves the atmosphere in several ways. One of them is green plants take carbon dioxide and water and combine it together to form glucose and oxygen. So this is called photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide plus water to form glucose and oxygen. Secondly, carbon dioxide dissolved in water, mainly seawater, where it's used by animals and plants. Plants use in photosynthesis, animals use it to make their shell. What happened to carbon once it has been captured by atmosphere? First, the plants are eaten by the animals. Animals and plants die and rot away, or they buried and slowly, over millions of years, become fossilized. Tiny sea creatures die and their bodies fall to the bottom of the sea, where they slowly, over millions of the years, they will change it to limestone. Where carbon dioxide is put back to the atmosphere is several ways. Animals and plants breathe out carbon dioxide when they respire. That is called respiration, whereby they use oxygen from the air and release carbon dioxide. Glucose plus oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and water. When plants and animals decay after death, carbon dioxide is produced. Wood can be burned. This combustion produces carbon dioxide. So carbon plus oxygen to produce carbon dioxide. Fossilized plants and animals form fossil fuel, coal oil, and gas. These produce carbon dioxide when they are burned. Limestone produces carbon dioxide when it is heated in industry and when it moves back below the earth crust. So the problem we are facing is balancing the amount of carbon dioxide being added to atmosphere with the amount being taken out by the plants and ocean. Finally, we look at into the nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen is essential for plant growth and life of animals. Plenty of nitrogen in the atmosphere, approximately around 78%. But it is unreactive and difficult to get into the soil for plants to use. Plants generally get their nitrogen from nitrates in the soil. Animals get their nitrogen from eating plants. When plants and animals die and decay, bacteria help decomposition, and nitrogen return to the soil. There are also bacteria that live in the root of some plants, example beans and clover, that can feed nitrogen from atmosphere. So this is called nitrogen fixation. Refer to the diagram on the right hand side. During high temperature, which is thunderstorm or the lightning, they will provide enough energy that can cause atmosphere nitrogen and oxygen to react with water in atmosphere and to cause atmosphere to perform nitric acid. Nitrate, which is nitrate, it become, when its rain falls, it will form nitrate in the soil. So when it become nitrate in the soil, it make fertilizer during the harbor process. So if you can see here, when it become fertilizer, the soil become fertilized, the plants grow with the process of photosynthesis. The animals will eat plants, or the plants feed animals. So during the excretion, excretions, it makes the soil become fertilized. Okay, and when during the soil become fertilized, the existence of the bacteria, it helps decomposition and nitrogen return to the soil. So with the fertilizer is made by the harbor process is to perform nitrogen cycle. So with that, thank you very much for your time. For your information, we just launched IGCSE notes. There will be more notes updated in the future, so stay tuned. To access to these notes, you can go through to Joomla Instagram. So you just click this https://beacons.ai/joomstudila to access to all the notes. With that being said, thank you very much.